We give it a go. We give it a go. So we're on color analysis training, guys. I hope that you are learning. I hope you're getting more confident, getting more curious to dig in, to learn, to lean in. And Heidi's got something super fun for us today. So I'm excited. I'm just going to kick it to you, and then you can kick it back whenever you need to. And do you need a screen share?
Yes, please.
Okay, Smokey, go for it.
Okay, so first things first, we're going to do a little review, but attached to the review are prizes. So, how can you not be excited about that? So, this is participation prizes. So, we need you in the chat, and then we are going to give away some fun things as a result of this. But really, so here to just give you an overview of what today will be like. So, we have learned how the tools that we need in order to help someone determine their season or suggest that they discover their season and come back to us. Because remember, as Mary Kay consultants, we are not expected to be color analysis experts, but we are expected to be experts of our own products. And that comes with being able to suggest things once someone knows their season. Now, if you choose to dabble in figuring out seasons, then of course that is on you and you get to run with that, but it is not a requirement. And then, secondly, last week we went through our lookbook in the color section and went item by item, explaining which was cool, which was warm, which ones could work for both, which ones were just winter, because we know winter has all the fun. And then we kind of talked through how to tell the difference in some of those. And so this week, I thought it would be fun if we took this to a practical level and we get to celebrate the style and look of the seasons by pairing it with celebrities that you can see their coloring in. And so that's not part of the quiz. Don't worry, you don't have to look with the naked eye and know what you're looking at, but we really just want to build or like take what we've already learned and add a richness to it. Because I don't know about you, I think I told you this last week, as a flashcard studier when I was in school, sometimes you just need things that help it solidify. And something like this that's complex and layers deep and takes a little bit of effort to learn, I believe that each time we build on it, we just solidify it. So today we're going to put some visuals with the facts that you have heard and beside our Mary Kay colors, and we're just going to have some fun. So first up, we need some participation in the chat. So I want you guys to tell me, and I need you to list all three. What are the three tools that we know to help someone find their season? And then I'm going to do some show and tell while you guys put that in the chat, and I'll get our next thing ready. Okay, and you can just throw out guesses, even if you only get one of them. I think you can do it. Okay, is anyone chatting yet? No one is chatting yet. Oh, they are. Yes, they are. Okay.
Yeah, we got some people that know that are paying attention.
Yes. Okay. So we got Carrie with the draping. Yes, that is one of them for sure. Cynthia nailed it. Flowchart draping color wise. Shelly nailed it. Tammy, oh, the cheat sheet. Yes, that's the flowchart. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys all got that. You're so good. I'm so glad you know that. And I hope that you have those saved at your fingertips because like what I would do is even if I wasn't ready to get the draping kit, I would just have that saved in my Amazon wish list so that when I'm ready to do that, I had it there readily available. And if you never get the draping kit, that's okay. The other two resources are very helpful. But okay, I'm glad you guys know that. So now we're going to take our knowledge and I'm going to share with you. Oops. Yes. Okay. I'm going to share with you some Mary Kay colors that I want you to be able to see. Okay, something I don't love about screen sharing is sometimes I lose the visual myself. on this side of it. So I'm like, oh, what was I doing? Okay, this is our eyeshadow color Shiny Penny. So tell me in the chat, is this for warm girls or cool girls? And I'm going to try to pull up the chat while I have it. Oh, yes, I can see now at the same time. That was my trouble at the beginning.
I can help.
Oh,
I can help you too if you need me to.
okay, perfect. They all got it. Warm. Yes. You guys are, I mean, I knew that you were paying attention, but just like to make sure. Okay, so we've got that. And then how about Cashmere Haze? Is she a warm girl or a cool girl? You guys are quick on the response. I love it.
I was
Okay.
going to say something about Shiny Penny.
Yes, come on.
So I have a
I'll go
friend
back to it.
is a spring, Laura Middleton, and she doesn't wear a lot of makeup. Like she just has a low contrast coloring. She doesn't like a lot of glam in general. But she says if she wears Shiny Penny every single day because if she doesn't wear Shiny Penny, she looks blah. So when I hear things like that, I put them in my file system. When I have a spring, I'm automatically gonna put Shiny Penny on her because I know if Laura loves it, that's probably gonna translate really well to other springs. So I love little nuggets like that that help, like just like trademark pink for a summer. Just put trademark pink on a summer because they're gonna look great. Like those kinds of little nuggets, I really learned from that. So I wanted to share that with you.
Oh, that's awesome. I am writing that down. Great for spring because I'm with you. If there is a spring that says this is her very best, then we should know that. And when we encounter another spring, that's what we want to recommend. Okay, I love it. Okay, and you guys did get Cashmere Haze. It is cool. So yay. Remember the like tip with grays is it kind of reminds us of silver, and silver is definitely the cool jewelry color. So gray equals cool. You guys got that. And Cashmere Haze is one of those great mid-tone colors for most cools. So you can save that in your repertoire. Okay. This is trademark pink. And Heather just gave us a fantastic tip on that. So if anyone misses this, shame on you.
Oops.
That's okay. I love it. Okay, yep. You guys are good. It's it's for summer. Your summer girls thrive in this color. I will tell you, I had been sleeping on trademark pink as a summer. It was a color that was not, I had not pulled it for myself. It was not something, I'm sure that I tried it at one point, but I don't even remember trying it. That's the whole thing. So, once I figured out I was a summer and learned what a fantastic color this is, I'm like, all right, this is my girl. Yes, she gets worn all the time now. So fun. Okay. And Tammy, I'm glad that you agree that it's your color too, or that you love it too. Okay, the next one. Oh, Hope Pink. Yes, that's a good next. And what's excellent about Hope Pink is it takes it up a boldness level. And so it's like when you want your lips to really pop and you're a summer, go there. Okay, the next one, it's supposed to be showing me the next one. And it's not. Okay, hang on. I've got to find my other three. I have three more for you guys, and then we're going to go to. Oh, I said I was. Hang on. Oh, screen sharing makes everyone crazy in case you didn't know. Oh man, I don't even know which ones of these I picked. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's because they didn't save as JPEGs. That's why. So for some reason they saved as web pages,
I
which
don't
is
know why it does that sometimes. It
I know.
doesn't make any sense. Screen
It,
sharing is really irritating, by the way.
yes. Good news. I know how to cheat and change them to JPEG. So give me 2 seconds, and I've got the rest of your quiz here. Okay. So, how about this one? Oh, dang it. It told me it can't be open. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm not going to show you the picture. I'm going to see if you're good without the visual. How about that? That's what I like to call a pivot. And so we're pivoting. Okay, so we are going to switch to another lipstick, and it's Berry Famous. Tell me about Berry Famous. Is she a warm or a cool? She is a warm. Okay, perfect. You guys, I mean, we didn't even need a quiz, Heather. They got it. They've been paying attention, and I'm glad about that. And I know that some of this is simple, especially when you've heard it explained, or maybe you're just guessing because it's obvious I'm going back between cool and warm. But whatever the reason is, we're excited that you're getting it right because yeah, and sometimes, Tammy, I'm glad you said that because sometimes there is a trick. Because, like crushed berry, though it has the berry in the name, we talked about last week, it tends to lean more pink when it's on. So that makes it a little bit cooler. And so there is some interesting things to know about that. But crushed berry definitely has those warm undertones. So that's perfect. Okay, now I have two cheek colors for you. What about hot coral? Hot coral is that bold peachy orange color. Yep, she's a warm. She's a warm. And hopefully, I know that we explained this last week, but anything that has that orangey undertone absolutely is on the warm side. And hot coral is one of those colors that to people that are not color girls, they may think it looks scary, but I recommend if you have a warm customer, have her give it a try because it's something that, I mean, you can do like a little dab, kind of like we do with Merlot and eyeshadow and things like that. Just barely put your brush in there, but it really brightens up someone with warm skin's face. It's a fun color and can be built upon, if she has deeper skin and such. So, definitely recommend that for giving it a try. Okay, and then what about Darling Pink? Darling Pink is our last quiz item. I love, we should do quizzes more often, Heather, because we're getting like 2-second lead time responses. So I think maybe they're like us and they want to win. And so we're gonna have a little
Well, I love quizzes and I love winning. So I'm mad about this. And I
so
love participation. So
yes. I love it. Okay, yes, Darling Pink is a cool. I feel like by the end, it's like, okay, seriously, Heidi, we're on to you. Pinks are cools. We got it. Okay, I'm so glad
do,
you
do a hard one. Give him a tricky one.
Okay. Let's see. How about
Okay, here, I got one for him.
okay.
You guys remember what season is the ones that look best in bronzers and contours? There's one season that
Ooh.
pulls it better than anybody else.
We've stumped them. We're getting lots of different answers on this one.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
You're doing well. Autumns it is. Autumns are the lucky ones when it comes to bronzers and contours. That rich, glowy look. And shy blush, Roxy had a shy blush. That's a good one if we want to do that one.
That is a good one. So, shy blush actually tends to be better for the warm girls than the cool girls. And part of shy blush, so this is how I mean, it's one of those that like has to be striped for you to see that undertone, but it's not as pinky, even though like in the tray, and this was totally a good one to point out, even though in the tray it fits right in there with those pink girls, it actually has that warmer, uh, leaning on the peach side undertone. So that was good.
And
Yes.
it's super shimmery. So forms tend to look better in that super shimmery. That was our one that we gave. If you're a warm and you want like a nice mid-level cheek color, shy blush is it. And if you're a cool and you want that nice pinky mid-level, Rogue Rose. So that's kind of the ones I use interchangeably on that.
Yep. And that's a good point. you can think of the warm girls with, we can use that. I'm going to give us some more buzzwords today just because I think it's helpful to have some descriptors, but the glowy, like the spring, have that overall glowy look. And so they can be more shimmery, where summers and winters, even though winters can do bolder colors and summer can be muted, to me, those terms, bold and muted, are more for like the pure colors without shimmer. Does that make sense? Because it feels like those are also like kind of matted terms. So, okay. That is that. So I have some descriptive words for you. I wrote a list here, so I'm going to help you with this, but this is just a little bit more for note taking. And then we're going to get into, I'm going to show you some pictures of celebrities and how this shows up in real life. And I hope as I put these like all in a row, I'm like, oh, there's a definite distinction between the two categories. So I hope that that is helpful to you as well. Okay, so our descriptive words. So for summers, oh, I'm sorry. I was saying that autumns have like, because they have that like glowy undertone, we can definitely lean towards shimmers with them. And summers and winter, or autumns and springs, sorry, because they're on that warmer side, and summers and winters, those terms like bold and muted that describe them tend to me, that feels more matte than what the shimmer colors are. So I think that's something you can put in your mind to remember. So some key words for summer girls are soft, elegant, muted, romantic, and of course, cool. So to me, I think of like like a watercolor painting. That's like a summer girls, that those colors that are in watercolors a lot of times that are a little bit muted because they've been mixed with water. They kind of just like flow, and they're just kind of a softer presentation in a piece of art. That's your summer feel. And then for autumn, I'm going to use words like warm, earthy, rich, and cozy. That's like when I think of like campfire, to me, that's a fall activity. And so that's going to, those kind of warm, glowy, the colors of the fire, that's going to be your autumn person. And then for winter, we've got words like bold, which I already used, so hopefully that is helpful, striking, confident, and crisp. And I want to go over these descriptive words because once I show you these pictures, I think your mind, I like things that connect my mind and my eyes. And so I think what's going to happen is you're going to see, like, especially with the pictures of the winters, they're striking. They're absolutely striking. Confident and crisp were the last two words there. And then for our springs, their look is fresh and light and bright and cheerful. And they're definitely warm too, which I know sometimes light and bright, that doesn't sound warm, but it's because of the way their overall glow, because springs tend to be less of a contrast than an autumn. And so they're going to have the more like goldy tones in their hair with the lighter eyes and the just, and so then with their warm skin, it kind of all glows as one. that's that's my best description there. So, okay. Now let's see if you see this in the colors. I have these all four together, all four seasons, so you're going to be seeing me scroll through, but you can at least see them. Okay. So, now with this, I lost my own visual. Here it is. Hold on. Now with this, so we have winter up here. You can see it's Viola Davis and Anne Hathaway. and look at their appearances, like totally striking, right? And especially you can see the contrast here. Like Anne Hathaway, she has very dark brunette hair, she has dark eyes, but her skin is very light. And so she definitely has that contrast where that red on her that almost tends to be that like undertone, that like blue red, it looks perfect on her in her bright white jacket that she's wearing. And then with Viola, you can also see she's got lighter skin and she's got very dark hair, very dark features otherwise. And look at her rocking that bolder lip. Like it's just, to me, I'm like, okay, this looks like winter to me, especially when you see that little color block lineup at the bottom. You can see that either one of them are going to look good in those deeper greens, those deeper burgundy, that just overall like a winter sweater. Those colors are what I think of when I think of winter sweaters. Okay, and then watch what happens when I flip from winter to autumn. Okay, look at that. Don't those colors just have a warm glow on these gals? Like, even if that color block lineup at the bottom wasn't there, these are absolutely the colors you see when looking at these two women. A vast difference from the crispness in these two women, right? So we have Eva Mendes and Julia Roberts. And you can just see their skin has a warmer glow. Their hair absolutely leans to that brunette, auburn, glowy, richy campfire color, like I was talking about. And then you can see how both of them on their lip colors tend to pull that peachy orange. And it looks great on them with their dark brown eyes and their darker features. And then notice what they're both wearing. You've got Julia in that camely color and Eva in an orange color, and it just looks perfect. Like there's not a thing wrong with anything in these pictures, right? You can just tell it goes together. I just think it's so fun to see this
One
happen.
thing, one thing I wanted to share about an autumn, autumns and summers are your muted. So if you see, like, look at their makeup, nothing's harsh, nothing's strong, there's no hard lines. Everything is just kind of soft and muddled together. That's what looks best on an autumn and a summer in different ways. But I always think they're perfect examples of that being the case. So
Yeah. And like stunning with nothing harsh. It's just like perfectly perfect, right? They don't need extra definition because God gave them definition with their overall look. So that's good. And thanks for pointing that out because that's something I want to keep in mind too, just on that more muted, subtle side. And okay, so with that in mind, let's switch to spring and watch how that warm changes with the spring. Okay, see what's happening here. And this has 4 examples because I wanted to share the difference between like a blonde and a strawberry blonde in this. But you can see that all of these gals, again, they tend to have that warmer glow to them overall. And then you can see we've got Cameron Diaz and Blake Lively, Nicole Kidman, and Emma Stone, sorry. And so you can just see their overall, they've all got light eyes, which I think is an interesting thing to pay attention to here. Blue or that almost like gray blue. And then they all have, I mean, Cameron Diaz's blonde is pretty blonde, but the rest, like Blake's here tends to have that golden tint. And then we have Emma and Nicole with that more strawberry color. Emma's is leaning quite a bit red, but you can just see with her overall coloring, it like shows up in her brows, and that lip color just pulls it all together for her. And so you can see all these colors at the bottom would make each of them pop. And you really can only see what Cameron is wearing. I guess Emma's kind of wearing that brighter blue, but that orange on her just, it makes her overall face brighten up, but you can still see that warm glow. But there's a definite difference between a spring and an autumn. They both tend to have, like, they lean towards that orangey looks good, but look at the difference in the overall appearance. And so you can see here that there's not a lot of contrast like there is for the autumn with the springs. Okay. Is this helpful to see the visuals? Okay, good. And then look at these summer girls. This is so obvious. I mean, you can absolutely tell that they would look perfect in these more muted, these watercolor colors, like I called them. But you have Reese with her. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes, but definitely cool skin tone. And so these pinks, mauves, roses, those just give her that overall glow. And then here we have a brunette version. Looks great in this lavender, has light eyes, definitely cool complected. And isn't it funny? They're both wearing a similar style of earrings. Maybe we take note here because these seem to be in. That's what I do with these pictures. I'm like, ooh, okay. Looking for earrings like this.
Are they recent pictures? Are they trending right now, or
They are recent pictures,
good
yes.
to know? Good to know.
Yes. So, but hopefully you see that there. And again, not as much contrast as the cool winter. I mean, obviously, hair color, can tend to make a little bit more difference, but they're just nice and blendy everywhere. And like Heather said, that muted overall look, not as much, not harsh lines in the makeup as compared to, I'm going to click on winter again and watch the cool happen. You can see the striking difference. Like Viola Davis definitely has a bolder makeup look. Her contrast absolutely needs that, whereas Reese Witherspoon, not a lot on there, just smooth and muted and light and all of that. So, okay, I hope that was so helpful, because to me, that just put a nice little bow. Oh, did I freeze? I keep freezing. Sorry. My power flickered out earlier, so I my yes, hopefully that was helpful with the visual, because to me that just kind of put it all in perspective and really made it easy to see, especially side by side with it as you pull them out. And so, not that you're ever going to have this perfect scenario of 4 friends that each one are in the different season. So you might not ever have a real life example of all 4 people lined up like that, but at least you know the things to look for. And that's the whole thing. It's kind of like what we've been talking with foundation matching. At some point, you want to be able to have enough practice that you can quickly narrow it down just by taking a look at someone, rather than having to pull out the app or your draping kit every time. Because then what I think is fun about that is if I could narrow it down and go, okay, here's the things I know. When she has that golden hair and a warmer skin tone and light eyes, she's a spring. And then I would want to use the app to check to see if I was right, then play games with myself at that point. And so I'm just wanting you to have these tools that make it easier. So, okay, any questions on any of that, or something that you all would like expanded on? Or Heather, any other thoughts that you feel as we went through this?
I'm excited to see what questions they would have. I think that was really awesome. Like, just it was so obvious when you clump them together like that and put those colors in there. So those are the kinds of things that I think the app does really well. Like, you can stick a celebrity in that app and really start training your eye to see it. The girl that I really like on Instagram, that she did my very first coloring before this was like a thing that we were talking about all the time. I paid somebody a lot of money I think she's in England somewhere, and she did it for me. And now I've followed her on Instagram for a long time. But if you guys want to start training yourself, she's really good for that. And it's image consultant Maidenhead, just such a weird handle. Image consultant Maidenhead. And her name is Francesca. And she just does a lot of things with celebrities to start training your eye. So if you want to get better at that, she's got a great Instagram.
That's awesome. I'm gonna follow her.
Oh, you don't follow her?
No, I didn't. This is the first time I've ever heard you mention her.
What? Well, you've seen my transformation. I've showed the report to you.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Yes, Francesca Carnes is her name.
Okay.
But she did like she'll show you hair. She does a little bit with makeup, not too much. And then she does a lot of celebrity pictures. It's like what we would do draping for, except she can just pick up celebrities. She does like edits. If I styled her, I would change this. So it's pretty cool to start learning about that. Because hair is a big thing. Like if you're a cool and you've got like a brassy yellow hair, that's going to compete. And so she talks about how to change that and all of that. So it's good.
Okay, I just flipped through this. This is really good. This makes it easy for you to see the differences and why. I mean, hopefully with celebrities, they all pay for stylists, so you hope they're looking their best, but sometimes clearly there's some changes that could be made.
Well,
Yeah.
not at all, because she like gets in there and she's like, this is terrible and they need to be doing this. And she's actually had celebrities come to her and style her because of she posted on Instagram. It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Leah, I love that you did this. I love that while you were out shopping, you were trying to figure out what season the cashier was.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's so fun. And then you can start thinking about what colors she would look best in. And then you can visit her frequently and make her your customer.
Okay. So she does things like this. So she'll take a celebrity and then put the 4 different seasons of blue in there, and you can start
Ooh.
to see just basically virtual draping, and really start training your eye on that.
Okay, that's really cool.
Mhm.
That is really cool. Okay, Christy, you think you're colorblind. Tell me about that. Was it hard to see? Is that what you're saying? That it wasn't as obvious to you in the seasons? I'd love to
Yes,
perspective.
I can't see the changes with the season colors as I mean when I came to the studio Sunday, I was really disappointed because I can't see it. I don't know why.
In the pictures of the celebrities today, could you see how they fit the seasons or did it all seem kind of muddled?
It all seems metal to me.
Okay. Well,
Just practice, more practice. Just keep working with it. Just keep studying it. And I think you can get better at it for sure.
for sure. And you'll start to notice like the more you look at pictures and things. So at this point, I wouldn't make yourself try to know what they are. I would just start Googling or using chat to ask to like pull up pictures of examples of a summer, examples of, all the seasons, and just start looking for those. And then also, like Heather said, I would probably play a lot in that Colorwise app. I would just start pictures in my phone, even of like family members that I had or whatever. I would start putting those in that app and seeing how they show up and kind of comparing the two to see why autumn is definitely not their season or whatever the case may be. So that's cool. Okay, anyone else have any other questions or thoughts? Or Sandra unmuted.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
The ColorWise app, there's a fee, correct?
No, it's free.
Okay, because it said something about you can pay for it. So you're saying the free app will give you everything that we need.
Yes, colorwise.me. It's really a website. But it has the like you can view it on your phone, like it's mobile friendly. And so
I had downloaded it and it said you can pay a fee. If you get, of course, when you pay, you get so many extra things, and I didn't know if if because I downloaded it and I seen all the celebrity people on there, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, let me delete it because let me ask the question, will it be okay with just having just a free account? That's one question. I have another question. The second question is, okay, I don't do makeup at all. So I'm learning. I've been like, I was on the videos yesterday, like all day, trying to watch you and Heather all day. Okay. So for the bronze and
That's
the
a fun
beige,
day.
I was training yesterday. I was in training session yesterday, man. Bronze, beige, and ivory. I was trying to wrap my head around those of the undertones. I just got stuck. So how can I learn that more? What resource do I need to go to learn that more, the undertones? When I look at someone, I can see, you know?
Yeah. So, that's a great question because especially with skin color and foundation matching and things like that, it's definitely a trial and error sort of thing. But if someone carries a lot of pink in their cheeks, they're you can like put them in a cool pretty much. If someone has an overall like golden look, kind of yellowy, then you can definitely say warm. Now, I will say, Heather, do you have specific tips on like ivory, beige, and bronze? For me, it's been like a trial and error thing, especially as I line it up against our foundations and just doing stripe tests. But there are definitely things to look for when you look at in someone's face.
And you can always ask them, like, do you usually buy ivories or beige? Because people will know, like, so if I'm like, I know she's fair, but I don't really know how fair she is.
Right.
I'll ask him, do you buy the lightest color when you buy foundation, or do you buy like the second lightest color? Because people will know that, and that kind of gives me an indication of where I need to go with them. Not saying that they always are picking the right thing, but it does give me in a direction to where I can start matching a couple in the middle. And I think Heidi's questions on, do you burn before you tan? Do you burn only? Or do you go straight to a tan? Those questions, if you burn and then go to a tan, you're probably going to be a cool. Or in our foundations, you can be a neutral. If you go straight to a tan, you're probably a W. So those kind of help as well, like kind of situate or sorting through there.
Mhm. And you can see it in bronze skin tones too, Sandra. There are definitely bronze women that tend to have that golden, almost yellowy orange look versus the cooler side. It doesn't necessarily show up pink, but there's no golden to it.
I think I see it when I see a bronze that's a cool, I see like a red undertone
Yes.
to the brown. It's a red brown instead of a gold brown. Yeah. And then that's your C. And then, like I said the other day, our neutrals in our foundations tend to lean cool.
Mhm.
So I kind of grab neutrals all the time. Like
Yeah.
I really do. I think our neutrals are the best. And so like if I'm just not sure, I'll put ivory 160 or beige N150, something like that. I'll stripe and to see what it does. Does it look too pink? Does it look too gold? That's going to tell me a lot right there in an N.
Yeah, for sure. And since there isn't a neutral bronze, Sandra, you kind of have it easy. She's either cool or warm in that. So, and I would, like Heather said, I feel like 90% of my ivory beige customers are a neutral. I don't have that many that go the other way. Or if they do, I may have matched them wrong in my early days.
I don't think you can go wrong in a neutral. I just really don't.
No, no, for sure. Because I think about myself, like I used to wear beige C120. Okay, so there are times of the year that I look more ivory because I am so cool, but I definitely carry enough color in my face that I've always worn beige, but sometimes on the lighter end. So I was wearing beige C120 for a long time. And then once I started wearing beige N150, you can definitely see that I shouldn't have been wearing beige C120. Even though I'm a cool, it's just that the neutrals tend to look better. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Tammy, this is a good story. And then Heather's response. I hope everyone can read that. Tammy said she saw a lady recently that was gray. Like her skin tone definitely was gray. And Heather said, "Summer, aren't we so sexy?" It's true. Because it's gray again, cool. Remember, gray equals silver. So we eliminate all the worms with that. And so
Or we have some kind of mineral deficiency. I don't know.
well, there's that. Maybe her girl needs to take some vitamins. I got a whole list of them for her.
Or she needs to go to the hospital. Either one, it's fine.
Okay. We probably should. She's probably a beautiful woman, Tammy. I'm so sorry.
We do have a grayish tint to us, and it's not very cool. Or it is cool. I don't know. Or see a cardiologist. That's awesome. Oh, that was funny. She's dark gray. Okay, maybe a cardiologist. That is so funny to me.
We're off the rails at this point. Oh man, I love it. Okay.
Next time, take a picture.
Yeah, go find her, Tammy. We want to see.
Oh my gosh. God, that's awesome.
Oh.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, if no more questions, then Roxy's about to fall out of her chair.
Really funny.
We're at a really good spot here. I love it. No, but really, okay, all funny aside, I think there were some good tips shared this morning, and hopefully this is helpful to you. But I would love you guys to put them into practice, and that's what we're here for. Like Heather and I told you, even though like we both feel like we have a good understanding on a lot of this, like just last week we were texting a picture back and forth, like, what do you think about this? So don't be afraid to do that, because if you really want to get good at this, then you get good together. And that's my best tip on that, because we're all just trying to have a flowing business, right? So, and Tammy, thank you for working on that project for us. We got it. Okay, you guys, have a great Memorial weekend. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us, and let us know throughout this week when you spot the seasons out in the wild.